Hey, welcome
Hello?
back, everybody. What was that in the
Was
background
that
of someone
cheering?
screaming?
Somebody cheered.
I heard cheering. That
It's an
was
air
one
horn.
heck of a way of going live. Anyway, I am Taryn Winnie. I am the DM of the stream on Friday nights on Variant Roles, and clearly can't handle whatever that was. So thank you all for joining us. We're just gonna have fun tonight. Unfortunately, we are down a few. Um, Sam Mantha, I guess I have to specify, is out on obligation, and Samuel is not feeling well, but is sticking around and cheering us on from chat. So it's just tall, small, and purple this week. So why don't you guys go around and introduce yourselves, who you're playing, and yeah, let's just go from there. So we'll start with tall.
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm playing Jor, who is tall. Jor is the human barbarian who is here for a good time, not a long time. You can find me on Twitter at AlexCatu.
And small.
I am Matt. I am playing his Rumric, the diviner wizard, and yes, he is small.
Hey, and purple.
My name is Corey Hickson. You can find me on the internet in the same spots. And I am playing Prince. Birth name is Lugo Lior. And he is a bard who's quite glamorous.
Yeah, and last session attempted to charm person a child, so that could not have possibly gone wrong. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get that rolling, as it were, and have you guys roll some d20s to see who's doing the recap from last week.
I want to do the recap so I can put my own spin on what happened to that
Nope.
kid.
Alex, what did you roll?
No, everybody else can go first. It's fine. It's
Okay,
fine.
okay.
It's fine.
I'll just see what I get, just for. Okay, that's fine.
It's fine.
Corey, what did you perhaps roll?
I got a 17, so I think I'm okay.
Okay, I rolled a 15 myself. Matt?
16.
16, all right. And Alex? A 2. Because, of course, I did say your odds were better this week to continue your role of recapper.
I'm putting that dice away.
Good to get it out of the way early.
It's gone. It's done.
So, Alex, if you would be kind as to continue your role of recapper for our stream and tell us what happened last week.
We should just make it official at this point. Okay,
Pretty much.
Last week we began with an explosion that happened while we were having our epic house party. So somebody very rudely interrupted our house party with a fireball, which is just so rude. It's the height of rudeness. Upon going outside and investigating, we found out that it was thrown by something that looks like a puppet from a rooftop using a necklace, which is an odd sentence, but it had something to do with somebody chasing two halflings. The Zentarum were involved. Somebody had like a tattoo or a mark on their arm. We had various witnesses who we spoke to, and we found out that the necklace of fireball was actually picked up by a little kid who we did try and intercept, and that didn't go well. So we had to go after him, and that also didn't go very well, but we got there in the end without being locked up by the City Watch. Other clues led us to a temple, which is where we decided to go after after harassing this child. So we approached the temple and shot a bird.
Right. Yes.
That's where we left it.
That was exactly where I left off. Yeah, because, I mean, harassing children in Waterdeep has no consequences, so everything's going to go perfectly fine. So
I've got a better ability for next time.
What next time you need to harass a
vicious
child?
mockery? Mock the child to death?
Suggestion?
That's it, guys. Everyone, thanks for joining us. I'm done. I make that joke every week, and every week I will continue to make it because this is my wonderful trash fire. Exactly. But yeah, so you guys had left off. My phone distracted me. Oh, that was the Invisible Sun Kickstarter letting me know that it is funded.
Phew.
Distracted for a second because we did our unboxing video today, and it is glorious. But yeah, so you guys left off in the Temple of the House of Inspired Hands, which is a Temple of Gond. You guys had just made your way inside and were admiring some of the exemplary inventions that make the that mark the main hall. And as you guys are kind of sort of peering in and taking in all these wondrous inventions that sort of mark and sort of are exemplified by the worshippers of Gond, you guys are standing around and kind of talking amongst yourselves and interacting, and Fives and Harmony are chatting about one of the sculptures, and sort of next to them glimmers a very familiar cat from recently, a few episodes back, the one that had delivered a animal messenger spell to Harmony from the Emerald Enclave.
Yes.
It looks up at both of them, says, "The Harpers in the Enclave need you. We'll return you soon." And then the cat rests a paw on both of them, and they sort of blink out of existence.
I want to be stolen by a cat.
So do I.
Maybe next week. Oh. Take a D4 damage psychic and add inspiration. I'm kidding. And add inspiration. Both can't talk today. Both must punish you and reward you for that bad pun. But yeah, so as you guys are sort of reeling from this interaction that your friend just got abducted by a talking cat, let's see, where am I at? A bronze dragonborn priestess walks towards you. She is roped in white and sort of light blue robes. She's got tendrils, spines kind of pulled back neatly from her sort of brazened and very distinguished dragonborn crown. She sort of just is kind of clasping her hands in front of her, sort of opens them welcoming to you, and just, well, that was an entrance. Can I help you with anything?
Am I taller than her?
How tall are you?
6'2".
6'2". She's about 6'3", 6'4".
Boo.
You are no longer tall. You're only slightly less tall.
Medium.
Medium doesn't roll off the tongue as well. But so, yeah. So she's. Can I help you with anything?
But probably.
Okay.
Christopher plops down on the floor and concentrates on fixing this sparrow. He's not even paying attention.
So, if I remember correctly, we came here because we had a divination that pointed us in this direction, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hisver. Yeah.
I'm gonna look towards Hisver and say, Hisver, are you getting any vibes from here? I'm gonna look back to the person that's meeting us and say, I think we do need help. We're just not quite sure how we're gonna get it. Any thoughts, Hisver? Any auras coming?
He's upstairs. This is his friend. I'm trying to figure. He's upstairs.
Can we go upstairs then?
Maybe, perchance, you could tell me what you're looking for first before you just barge in and examine my temple.
That's a funny question. We don't actually know. We're looking for an answer, and we haven't worked out what the question is yet. That's the joy of traveling with this guy.
Okay.
He's the marionette one, the mechanical. The mechanical.
Oh,
person.
yes. Okay. No, this is starting to make sense. Good. I'm glad we got there in the end. Something threw a fireball at our house or at people outside our house. It looks like a marionette. Guy on your roof has something to do with the thing that looked like a marionette. That's our question.
I wasn't sure if we were going to take the honesty approach, but I'm glad we did.
Oh, you mean Nim?
I don't know.
He's a... It sounds like you're describing a Nimblewright, correct? Sort of wood and metal and a construct of some sort.
I don't know.
Dude.
Okay.
He's lonely. He's lonely.
Yes. Well, follow me. I suppose it wouldn't hurt. And who are you? She sort of is starting to turn to walk away and then turns back like, what are you doing here again? Jor.
Jor, yeah.
Prince.
And he is...
Hisver.
Oh, well, it's a pleasure. I'm Valletta. Yes, well, right. If Nim's causing trouble, I better go see what that's about. And she sort of starts leading you up towards the back of the temple, and then leading you guys upstairs up a spiral staircase to the towards the attic.
I was going to look up at her and be like, very tall.
And as you guys kind of get to the top, there's a small outcropping with a door, and as Valletta goes to like pull some like keys from her like robes, she kind of clanks on a second, looks up and sighs. Seems Nim has gotten expressive again. He seems to have changed the locks.
Oh,
Oh, have they been expressive before?
Yes. He was a gift from a Lantinese wizard, but he's just... We have this, like, he's... How do I want to put this? Yes, he's been expressive before.
How so? If you don't mind
just
us...
tinkering things like the bird, just... He's not allowed to leave. We've got him a workshop, and it's more of just... We're worried that he's going to get into trouble.
Well, if he's partly responsible for something that threw a fireball at us, then yep, you might be valid in those concerns. But look, we'll keep it on the DL.
Oh, okay.
If you help us get in and see him and talk to him, all of that, we'll keep this on the DL. You know, we're not. We understand that sometimes these things happen, and the watch doesn't necessarily need to know.
I'm not quite sure what you're suggesting, but you can try and talk with him. If he's locked the door, there's no way for me to directly get in unless you...
Could we just knock?
Can convince him. I mean, you can try.
Can I do a tinker tool check to see if I had any luck fixing the bird by chance?
Sure. Definitely.
Yeah, that might help.
Oh, I can use my inspiration I just got. Nope, same number. 8.
No. This is outside of your realm of tinkering.
Okay.
You don't really work with these fine of components most of the time. You're more of a scavenger. You collect things and sort of patchwork them together. These things look like they were like built to go into just this. Like these parts were manufactured and sort of assembled to make a little mechanical bird. So yeah. Valletta sort of steps back onto like the second rung of the stair and just, please go ahead. Nim, some people are here to speak with you. It would be beneficial if you would open the door.
Can I whisper back to Valletta and say, is there anything we could like bribe them with, or anything that they would like, anything they would want?
No.
All right.
You can try to reason with them. They're not totally unreasonable.
Okay, we can give that a shot.
Is there like a gap under the door or anything?
I mean, a very, very small one.
Like, okay.
Can I slide a coin underneath?
And you can, yeah. You are able to slide a coin underneath. You are now out a coin.
Okay.
The door does not open.
Do we hear anything?
You hear some like scuffling a little bit, some like feet moving and stuff, and maybe some like tool work.
So his knocks on the door. The bird was the bird was very very good. I couldn't fix it, but I made you a friend. I brought you a friend. I know you're lonely. If you could open, I could give you the friend.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check with advantage because Valletta is also trying to convince him.
15.
You know, you appealed to his creator side. I'll say you hear after a minute or two, I hear a little like as the mechanisms of the door are being worked open, and the door sort of like props open a little bit. And inside is a
back.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll give them their room.
Yeah.
And maybe just say hello.
Hisford doesn't. He just marches in. he reaches into a pocket and pulls out a little mechanical. If using his gnome tinkerer skill he built yesterday, a little mechanical person. It's like a wind-up toy. Gives it to him.
Okay. At this time, Valletta will kind of gasp and, well, it's a pleasant surprise. Sometimes it takes days. Sort of follows on you and behind and says, if you're going to try to communicate with Nim, they don't speak through sounds. We've developed some sort of hand communication with them, a language between us so that we can communicate.
Well, you better stick around then and help us out.
I was planning to. And Nim is this sort of tall, sort of clunky-looking construct creature, man-like, almost like Don Quixote, if you were made out of like metal and wood and like levers and axles and all that kind of stuff and gears and all that kind of things. So like a metal mustache and pointy beard and a hat and
Oh, you're just adorable.
sort of like you hear some like grinding and chittering and it like signs something to Valletta. He says thank you.
That's what I wanted to tell him.
I made you a friend. It's not as magnificent as your creations, but I made you a friend.
It sort of gives the same hands motion as it did earlier and says thank you again. And starts kind of like moving things on it and begins assembling and disassembling and reassembling everything. So
what does the room look like?
Just boxes and parts and a small workbench and just kind of very messy. I mean, it's a construct. It doesn't really have any sense of, need for tidiness. So it's just kind of got things in sort of an organized chaos, I would say. Seems to be a lot of parts, though, up here that somehow was acquired. So,
does anything look like a marionette?
I'd like to point towards like a chair or something and be like, do you mind if we sit down, make ourselves comfortable?
Sort of nods.
Okay, I'll sit down. Well, where do we want to begin?
I I think we get straight to the point. I mean, did you ever make a small little puppet-looking thing that wanders about on its own will?
Kind of shakes its head for a second and then begins to, through a series of signs, communicate to Valletta. And she begins, as he's signing, translating as they're going along, and it's a little patchwork, but she begins telling you the story of Nim apparently created another Nimblewright to ease its loneliness. But about a month ago, the other Nimblewright fled in terror, and Nim hasn't seen it since. And as the story is sort of winding down, Valletta's sort of finishing just processing the communication from Nim and starting to actually like digest it. Sort of furrows her brow a little bit and turns and sort of shouts down the stairs. Gonna need a few hands up here. And a couple of orderlies or acolytes come upstairs and begin she starts pointing to boxes and says, well, obviously these are dangerous and
no
Nim's creations are going about.
Hang on.
And they are now beginning to take stuff out of the room, like tools and unfinished inventions and stuff.
I'm just going to stand in the doorway and be large for a minute.
Okay.
We're just gonna wait a second till he finishes telling us the story.
She looks back to Nim. Do you have anything else to add?
I mean, this little dude. Why did he flee? You said he fled in terror.
And he begins signing again, and Valletta says, Nim says he didn't understand its place or its existence.
That kind of sucks, yep.
It's not right for a construct to make a construct.
Ooh, well, I've seen worse.
Not in the House of Gond. And she kind of asks you to step aside.
What can we do to maybe help him be less lonely? I mean, this wouldn't have happened if he wasn't so unhappy. I don't think taking things away from him is going to make him any less misbehaving. It's going to make him more lonely.
We will fix that.
Up here?
He's...
But maybe he needs a talking cat. They seem to be very popular.
Yeah, let's give him a talking cat. Wait, how do we get a talking cat?
I don't know, that one keeps showing up.
We could just steal it.
Don't think
just
that's
looking back and forth between you guys, and is like, can you have this discussion while I'm at least getting the tools out of here so he can't make another construct that is going to run away and then bomb neighborhoods?
Can I tell you
that's a fair point.
Could I tell you a story? Just a really quick one.
She very exasperatedly rolls her eyes and...
Hey, we got you in
How
here.
quick is it?
1 minute.
Are you glamour barding her?
Yes.
Give me a persuasion check to see if you can get her to sit around for a minute and listen to you.
Okay.
But I did say, hey, look, we got you in here. You wouldn't be able to take his stuff away if we didn't get you in here.
At advantage, but this is going to need to be a pretty high roll.
It's only a 15. Just not bad, but...
Unfortunately, that's not quite enough to get her to... She's already in sort of a frazzled state and is frustrated with finding out that something under their charge has created a copy of itself, basically, and then let that thing loose into the city, and then somehow something like it blew up a neighborhood. So...
What's his purpose here? What I would be his friend. He can come with me. We're similar.
Give me another persuasion check.
We do have a basement.
Oh.
What is it?
7.
I'll give you an advantage because of Prince's roll. Let's see how that goes.
Oh, 17.
Yay!
You know what? If it'll get it out of my hair,
Yeah.
and you promise that it will not cause trouble, I will release it into your charge.
We will take full responsibility and commit to this.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily trust his face, but I'm going to guess that's just normal. And so she kind of she's pointing at Hisver as he's
Yep.
kind of calculating in his head. And she'll, where is this place? I'll have my acolytes send his things over.
The basement in Trollskull Manor.
He can stay with the library.
The library?
The
Okay.
library.
All right. Is there anyone there to collect him?
There's a ghost.
There's a ghost.
I'm going to finish with this encounter now. If you would like to look around for a second, feel free, but then please vacate my temple.
I'm feeling like this is a total Goonies moment where he's telling the thing in the basement, "You're gonna come live with me now."
Yeah.
You guys are like, it's basically Manor of Misfit Toys is what's going to happen here.
Yay. Well,
We made
I'm
a new
gonna
friend.
look up at Nim, at our new friend, and say, well, get together a couple of things. We probably can't take everything with us. Get together your favorite things.
As
then
she's
come
like
with us.
having them pack up its boxes, and like all of the info, like all of the stuff is going to Trollskull Manor.
Fair enough. But his is like,
Yes.
Way more than I can fit in my pockets. This is great.
God.
So you guys looking around at all? Are you guys kind of helping like pick stuff up? What's going on?
Yeah, gonna help pick stuff up and
This doesn't solve this. This doesn't solve our problem, though.
you're not wrong. We did get a
How do we
little sidetracked.
find the other one?
What's everyone's passive investigation?
Oh boy.
15.
I think mine's pretty low.
16.
Mine is
Okay.
11.
I'll say Hisver and Prince, as you guys are sort of inspecting the last little bits of boxes that haven't been quite moved out yet. You guys find this device about this long. It's almost looks similar in construction to the Nimblewrights, but it's obviously smaller. It has a little umbrella on the end. It's got a little like handle, like press, and it just sort of seems to be a little piece of, seems to be some sort of tool.
This thing is interesting. What can I take it?
Valletta starts signing to or talking to Nim, and then Nim signs back. I believe he built that to try and find the other Nimblewright.
Yes.
And Nim begins sort of signing some more things and says, okay, so he's saying that I guess you have to hold down this lever here, and then when it's activated, you have to be within 500 feet of any other Nimblewright besides Nim, and then the umbrella will begin to spin and whir and click, and that will increase as you get closer. So
Okay.
it might help you when you're searching.
That
It might.
sounds like exactly what we need.
So we also need to be within 500 feet, but I've got a few ideas about that. So we'll exit the temple with Nim, I think, and all of his things, all of their things.
You have a trail of like 10 acolytes with just boxes and shit following you now.
That's okay.
Yep.
We're fine. And I guess we deposit them back at Trollskull Manor.
Okay.
We make sure there's a lock on the library door, and tell them to make themselves at
Lock
home.
him away now at your
Well,
place as
while
opposed to
we're
the temple.
He's not gonna.
Well, no, we can put a lock on the front door. I just don't think you should be.
Sorry.
They should be wandering around the
His
neighborhood.
first sits with him and says, "Don't leave. We brought you. This will be better. You can stay in the house, and there's like there's an area upstairs that would be good, and you can build anything you want, but don't get in trouble, or I'll get in trouble, and we'll get in trouble, and we'll never make our card game."
They could just.
Okay, so it begins to sign at you. Give me a general intelligence check.
Can
to
I?
figure out if you can communicate with it?
Can
15.
I try to do comprehend languages as a ritual?
Oh well, I just rolled a natural 20.
Or we can
Okay.
do that.
Add it.
Okay.
And
So-
so that's a 21.
So Jor, you've picked this up pretty quickly because it's somewhat similar to some of the more. It's not necessarily like directly used with nefarious groups that you kind of hunt down in your time as a bounty hunter in Waterdeep, but it's got some similarities.
Same kind of system.
Yeah, you're beginning to pick it up pretty well. You can communicate.
Spanish, Italian.
Yeah, it's all Romance languages.
Exactly.
Romance sign language.
Romance gestures.
Romance gestures.
No, we're not going there. No. That's guys. I almost canceled the stream last like an hour ago. I need help. Send help, stream, chat, everyone.
Send
Never
out for
mind.
the worst.
Anyway, I thought you guys were going to take it somewhere when I was describing the piece of construct that you guys found that was about yay long. I was waiting for it, but Sam's not here, so anyway, you're picking up on it, but you're not doing as well as Jor, but you're able to kind of through Jor communicate with it or understand what it's trying to say. So it kind of
my friend.
dumbly explains that it is going to stay there and will tinker, and then it kind of looks over at Hizra's pile of junk and begins to organize it sort of haphazardly.
Oh, this is a vast improvement. Yeah, you can definitely stay. Yep.
So
Remember when you said to keep the stuff in the library? Yeah, it's gonna
not.
it's not.
I'm accepting this. Can I poke around in all of their stuff and find a lock? Like just a normal lock? Given how many locks were on their door?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of stuff. Like, it's not organized super well.
There's not like
I
a
think I'm
box that
actually-
says locks.
No,
Well-
no. I'll say you're able to find a pretty decent lock.
Yeah,
Um,
okay. I'm just gonna go and fix it to my door.
Okay.
The outside of my door.
It works. It takes a little bit of like elbow grease to get it through the holes and just
I've got plenty of that.
smash it together. It's kind of an older lock. It needs to be greased a little bit, but
That's
it works.
fine. That's fine. It's on the outside of my door and my room is locked.
You know he'll just come take it for parts, right? Like
Well, it's kind of a shitty lock, so hopefully he'll go through the decent ones first.
maybe.
Yep. Okay. So you guys have collected one Nimblewright and are on the search for another. Gotta catch them all.
Sweet.
Nimblewright, gotta catch them all. Sorry, I'm not the bard here. That's
So is
Prince.
it an electric type or is it a water?
No,
type?
it's
What
a
kind
steel. It's a
is it
steel
steel
type.
type?
Yeah.
Oh,
Steel
okay.
type.
Steel grass type. Steel grass
All
type.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask the group if we should show our new friend the necklace and see if it
Ooh,
does
Maybe.
anything.
maybe.
Thoughts? I'm up for it.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe not inside.
That's a good idea. I really like the thought process there.
Should we find a group of halflings first? Is that what you're saying?
No. No.
Well, all right. Let's. Where can we? Sure. Let's just go outside. Go into
Just
the.
go out into like the yard.
Yeah.
Have we got a yard? Back
Okay, so what I'm
porch?
picturing here is you guys walking in with a Nimblewright, which is kind of a suspect in the current investigation that's going on, with all of its junk, moving it inside and then bringing it outside and standing over the spot where the fireball went off and handing it the necklace of fireball.
No,
That is what I picture going on here right
Different
now.
spot. Different
It's
spot.
Different spot. 10 feet.
then
10 feet.
I'm not gonna like hold it up and be like, "Look at this necklace of fireballs." I'm gonna do more of like a. I'm just gonna like carefully flash and be like, "Hey, do you recognize this thing?" I'm gonna put it back in my pocket. Just give it like, whoosh, real quick.
Prince, give me an intelligence check.
Oh boy. Whoops. That's a 14.
You have not spent the time trying to understand Nim's sign language, but you do know the universal sign for eh.
Okay.
So
All right. That's fine. It doesn't really look like their domain anyway. You know, it's definitely arcane more than mechanical. So
That's true.
that's all right. Well, Nim, you hang out here. And I'm gonna sign this to them. You hang out here. Don't mind the ghost. Please don't blow up our house. We'll be back really soon, and then we can all have dinner together, and you'll have so many friends. You probably don't eat, but
it just signs
can hang
dinner
out.
question mark.
yeah, forget that. We'll sit around a table and talk.
We'll play cards. We
We'll
have
play
a game.
cards.
We can teach you sorcery, the collecting. It's very good.
It begins to sort of like bounce on like springs, like a happy little bounce. What's your guys' perception checks or passive perceptions?
Passive perceptions. 12.
12.
Neither of these things.
Wait, 12, 12, and 9. Never mind.
Aw.
Good stuff.
Yep.
I forgot.
You bounce away, buddy.
It just goes inside and just tears apart. No, I'm just kidding.
It's all right.
It just tears apart the end. Yeah, sorcery of the collecting. That's a thing. Popped up in the chat for a second. It was just. But yeah, so you guys now have a Nimblewright detector. The understanding that it's not necessarily going to activate on Nim, and you know where Nim is, so you're good there. What are you guys going to do to go around and try and find this other Nimblewright?
We know that it had something to do with the Zentarum, right, guys? Because the fireball, did that hit the Zentarum people? Do we remember that? Is because there were two people. There was a chase, right? There were two people chasing someone else, or somebody chasing two people.
So you guys remember that there was a gnome being chased by two Zentarums, and then there was a bunch of people that got caught in the blast.
Yeah, and then there was a fireball that got all of them.
Yes.
So
I think in your guys' information, you guys, one, followed the Nimblewright that got away. And you also got information that there was somebody who was seen limping away as well.
okay. Well, did we get a direction? We would have gotten a direction that they limped in.
It was just out of the alley. That was the last they saw the person. They weren't able to really get a whole lot of, they were heading north because, I mean, they could have easily have turned one alley later and gone another completely direction. So,
yeah.
Right. We have a couple options, I think. We could go ask some of the people we haven't talked to, although I don't know if that's going to give us much more. If we already saw that someone left limping, then I doubt anyone followed them.
I mean, there is one option. I don't want to do it, but I've got to put it out there. We could go talk to the watch.
But we have the detector. We could just
we've got to be in
sweeping
500
the
feet. I suppose we could just begin sweeping the city.
and
You guys
Take
also
a while.
you guys can definitely sweep the city, and that's something with some manpower. And you guys do have some connection with the Grey Hands, the Blackstaffs, security force. You guys have, unfortunately, your Harper and Enclave
I'm not
connection
here.
got stolen by a cat.
Yep.
Or catnapped.
Yes, catnapped.
Inspiration me. Just kidding. You guys also know you guys have dealt with some people that have had some run-ins with Zentarum recently.
Yeah.
Namely Floon and Neverember.
Yeah.
I think those are our best leads, to be honest.
I was thinking
Thanks,
the same
Lena.
thing.
Floon and Neverember are probably our best leads here, just because everything else is too amorphous. There's nothing solid there. But if we talk to Floon and Neverember, who we've already talked to, who kind of owe us anyway.
Of course.
We can convince them of that.
The
Prince, when you say it like that, it's got me worried.
It should have you worried.
Mm-hmm. And as you guys are are you guys heading to find Neverember?
Yeah, we're gonna head to the shitty pub where they hang out.
the Volo
Volo?
knows weird stuff. He's always putting it in books and trying to sell it. Maybe he knows about more mechanical people. Maybe more Nimblewrights are in the city that have been seen.
Yeah, I mean, if anyone's gonna know anything, it's that dude.
I'm also a little bit curious if there were any other people that we didn't see there, but I don't know how we would get a hold of them.
No, well, that's just it. Is that it's all not this? That's a solid lead. Like,
yeah,
Volo is.
Let's do it.
Volo's a person who probably knows something about something. Which, look, that's kind of the best we've got.
Yep. All right, I like it.
So we'll probably go because there was the other pub that they like to hang out at, and then there was the Yawning Portal.
It was the Skewer Dragon.
Skewer Dragon.
Yeah.
Do they want to check there first? Because that seemed to be their actual haunt, and the Yawning Portal was just like a meeting spot.
Sure.
Actually, I think Trollskull Manor is the actual haunt, but
well, quite literally in more ways than one now.
Yep. But yeah, so which way? You guys do remember that the Yawning Portal is on the way to the Skewer Dragon, so you guys could do that. And are you guys sort of activating the Nimblewright detector as you guys are going along?
I think
Is there?
so.
Yeah, I am. Is there any like batteries or usage?
It's spending a little bit of time with it, just based on your and his verse collective arcana knowledge. You guys kind of figure out that it's more magically powered than mechanically, so it doesn't seem to do anything. You're not worried about it running out of juice.
Okay, sweet.
I imagine Hisver's actually pretty obsessed with it. He's like tinkering with
Hisver has probably not let it out of his sight.
Yeah.
flicking it on and off and waving it around.
Tapping in his boot and like putting it in his ear and like
Can't find a pocket it fits in. He's like,
That's okay. We don't need it in a pocket, Hesva. We need it out, and we're using it to look for a thing.
Yep.
It doesn't need to be in your ear. It doesn't need to be in your hair. It doesn't need to be in your pocket. You can just hold it.
fair enough.
It's like a mum with a toddler who has a lollipop. Don't need to put it in your shoe. No, I don't want it. Just hang on to it.
All right. So I think we're ready to go to the pub.
Yes, we'll head to the Yawning Portal.
okay.
Yep.
You guys make your way there. The Nimblewright detector isn't really hitting anything off. It's just kind of whirring sadly as you're going along. Constant sad.
I relate.
Yeah. And you guys make your way into the Yawning Portal. And it seems almost like Volo has just not left this table. He's right where you guys left him last time.
Dude.
He doesn't look any worse for wear, so you imagine he has gotten some sleep and, bathed and all of that stuff, but seems to be scribbling and, working on things and just sort of crazy a little bit. And sitting with him are two similarly looking, handsome, reddish-haired fellows. Seem to be sort of talking amongst themselves as Volo is caught up in his own work at the moment. So,
Okay.
do both as Floon and Neverember.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So they're our buddies.
Yep.
Right. I'm gonna slide on into the booth.
Yep.
If it's like a booth seat or onto the bench.
I'm gonna go grab some drinks and bring them to the table.
Yep.
So as that all happens, Volo thanks, and he just grabs the pint and sets it down in front of him as scribbling. Seems he's got a lead on his sprites book. So
good for him.
Or spirits book. Sprites are different.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's going on, and then Floon and Renair obviously greet you warmly. Welcome.
All right,
what can we do for you?
Well, gents, we have a couple of questions.
All right.
Prince?
Yes. Well,
we have questions, and now we're going to my more charismatic fellow.
Actually,
His were sticking the thing in their faces and like.
Yeah. Yours
all
not
right.
that
Yep.
bad at
Yep.
it, but Prince is.
When you got a bard, you got a bard.
Yeah.
When you got a bard, you got a bard.
I'm gonna say we have just been having the most interesting time investigating what happened at the night of the party, and we thought that you might be able to give us a little bit of information if you don't mind, and I'll slide the drink a little bit closer. Just be like,
They just take it and kind of chuckle to themselves. It's like, we're old friends here.
oh,
Yeah.
No need for
bribery.
bribery, Prince.
Oh, I just like it when
That's
you
not
drink.
bribery. We're just buddies.
Now, to get to the
So-
point of the matter. Oh, what was that?
Yep. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, now, to get to the point of the matter, we are looking for someone, a figure that caused some of the commotion. You may have heard of them called Nimblewrights before, maybe in your travels here. And they're sort of a clockwork, very construct-like person, and we're just wondering if you know of who might be able to know something about that. We're also wondering, we think the Zentrum might be involved. There was the...
What makes you say that?
A bunch of the dead guys had Zent symbols on them, and they were chasing after somebody when this
A bunch? How
Two.
many? Two.
Two.
We
More than
have
one, less than
different definitions of bunch, Joe, but take it. So Zent's died in the blast.
Yeah.
Huh.
We don't know whether they just have a low respect for the lives of their own team members, or if,
Well,
collateral
this is
damage
Renair.
or
This is-
deliberate damage or.
Renair sort of puts his hands across his mug and sort of leans in on you guys and says, "Well, my father was he was Lord of the Waterdeep, and
As you keep saying, yeah.
ousted him. I thought his long dark shadow was finally gone for good. Truth is, I really wanted nothing to do with him, but his spies hounded me. One of them, a gnome named Dalakar, he'd been watching me for months.
No, sounds right.
But about 10 days ago, there's nowhere to be seen. My father didn't trust many people, but he trusted that gnome. I was kind of worried about him and worried about my father's intentions since I hadn't seen Dalakar, so I spoke to a couple of his friends. Apparently he was sent on some special mission to retrieve this. He sort of racks his brain for a second. He's like, the Stone of Galore? The Stone of Galore. And I was afraid that the Zentarum and the Xanathar Guild were close to catching him.
Yeah, well,
And he heard
somebody
about me.
definitely caught somebody. So,
It would seem so. And he heard about my
Yeah.
kidnapping. He, I guess he wanted information about you guys?
What?
What?
I think he was gathering information about the people who rescued me. Seems he was heading your way to pay you to deliver the Stone of Glore to my father.
Oh, and got intercepted, maybe.
Would be. I guess.
Yeah, that explains why it happened at our house. You know, I was really hoping that was just a coincidence.
Fortunately, in Waterdeep, there's not much coincidence.
Yeah. Okay, so somebody was coming to see us to pay us to get this stone, and they got intercepted by... They were being chased by the Zentarum, so the fireball was probably Xanathar's doing. Because that took out Zents as well. Somebody got away, though.
Yeah.
Somebody escaped that.
Who mentioned that? Somebody in the neighborhood witnessed something?
Yeah, someone around the corner said they saw somebody limping away, but we don't know where, we don't know who.
I've got a few contacts. Let me see what I can find out. Maybe I'll stop by your establishment, have a drink, and tell you what I find.
That would be great. We do have an additional guest at the moment, so don't freak out.
Okay.
2, really.
They're large. Well, 2, but one of them's very quiet.
They might be
Both
able
of
to
them are
help
very
you
quiet,
with your
actually.
book.
If it's any consolation, we did get paid because we took the gems off of the gnome. Well, Blossom did, but anyway.
Those are our gems.
Oh, great. So we didn't steal them. As long as we find the stone, then...
Although we didn't find the stone, so I guess we still owe them for that.
No, it's in
advance.
progress.
Yeah, it's in advance.
Huh.
Consider it, yeah.
But it doesn't. Where would we find other Nimblewrights? We have the detector. We can. How do we?
Renair kind of like puts his hand up to like block it going in his nostril, and just like it's like, I think I'm gonna go talk to some friends and see what I can find out.
Yeah, let us.
And he sort of stands up and fluffs his coat and does that really important posh dude stand and sort of walks off with confidence.
Bye, kiddo.
I want to give him one compliment as he goes. I say, that coat looks divine.
Sort of turns and smiles and is a little flustered and sort of turns a little red in the face and walks out.
We're like, elbow press to be like, dog.
Going after the rich guy.
His Volo. Volo, do your fingers still work? No. You didn't break any fingers?
He is decidedly ignoring you for the moment and continuously writing and dipping in ink and just drinking from the ale that Prince gave him and just... Sorry, too busy to talk.
Okay, don't just... right now, you're gonna break fingers later. Just say it. But you're not gonna...
just like... You see him just like dig into the paper and then just like scratch that out and then just continue to scribble.
Oh, maybe we should give him a little bit of space.
Yeah, we could, but this table's nice. Let's just hang out here while we figure out what we're doing next. So we've got...
So he kind of like, Volo, like, while scribbling is still, like, it's like picking up all of his stuff and like clumsily like juggling it over to another table and pushing other people out of the way, and he continues to write without ever breaking eye contact with the piece of paper he's on.
That's how
Bye, Volo.
that's how it's gonna happen. You're gonna trip and it. Oh, okay.
He just like waves his quill and ink at you and continues to.
He's our friend.
And Floon is just like looking concerned at this moment because now he is alone with you.
Hi, Floon.
Hello.
Do you know anything
been
about...
a while. I have no idea.
Xanathar?
I know nothing.
Uh,
I was just out for a drink with my
Cheers.
doppelganger. We don't need to. We shouldn't hang out anymore. This is uncomfortable. We look too much alike. He's just like uncomfortable, but doesn't know to leave. So he's just sitting there, just like sipping on his mug.
Yeah, that's fine. You can hang out. So what are we doing next? Like, the Neverember kid's gonna get us some information, presumably, but
Time is
I don't
of
want to
the
just wait
essence.
around.
Yep.
What's the fastest way to move around the city? Could we ride around the city with the detector in a cart, or could
Yeah, we could just keep canvassing. I mean, okay, so the parties involved are Neverember's people, the Xants, and the Zentarum. Right?
As far as you're aware, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as
we
the
know.
data is collected, yeah.
Yeah. And Neverember's people were coming to us for help because they have information intercepted by the Xants and Xanathars. Did we see a gnome? Was the gnome one of the dead?
The gnome was like the epicenter of the blast.
That's right, because we took his gems.
Yeah.
Right.
You stole from a dead man. Another of your long list of
collected
city watch
funds that were
crime.
rightfully ours.
The code legal does not look fairly upon that.
It does not
So-
look at us.
Yes, it does not. It
Metaphorically.
it does not see.
It metaphorically judges you with its eyes.
So it sounds like it could be a good idea to use the rod near Neverember's location.
Neverember's location would be a good one because they might still be watching him.
Yes.
And at least we know where Neverember is. We've got no idea where the Xants are. I reckon Xanathars are the ones who took whatever information that gnome was bringing to us. I reckon they're behind the fireball.
Yeah. I have one idea. This Nimblewright, I don't know about the maintenance of them, but if they need to get parts, there's probably somewhere, not very many places in the city that are going to have parts where it's going to have to stop by eventually.
Our place being one of them now.
Yes. And his friend is there, so
Well, not friend anymore.
that's true.
But I reckon, Neverember's might be the place to start with the rod.
Yep, I like it.
Okay, so he is located sort of in between the Sea Ward and the North Ward.
Look at the map.
Yeah, I've got it pulled up on Roll20. So,
Yeah.
but you guys are here.
Okay. Yep.
It's kind of it's over this direction. So
That's not far.
you guys spending. So what are you guys doing? Are you guys? So it's late evening right now. Are you guys going to go
Yeah.
canvas tonight or?
No. Well, do we want to? I mean, we can.
let's take a different route home and just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Okay,
I wouldn't
Scenic
you guys are
mind.
at the Yawning Portal currently.
Yeah. Which is
What's your way home? You're going. 'Cause I'm guessing on the way there, you kind of just took the main road and just kind of sort of saw if there's anything nearby.
Yeah. So why don't we take up one of those back streets and swing by? Swing by Neverember's place with the rod.
Okay.
What do you reckon? Were you going to say something, Prince?
I do like that plan. I was gonna say that our friend might be at home getting lonely, and I'm a little bit worried about leaving them.
Yeah, let's not leave them all night. Let's just do a quick scope of Neverember, see if we spot anything,
Sure.
and then head home, get a good rest, and hopefully Renier will have something for us tomorrow.
Okay, I like it. Let's go do that.
Yeah, so we're going to probably go up one of these back streets.
Okay.
Shield or Soul or...
Okay. You guys are going that way. You don't really seem to come across anything. It obviously doesn't go off as you get closer to home, even though because it's not attuned to find.
him.
Nim is the only one programmed in there for it not to find, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you guys are stopping for the evening, crashing. Nim is excited that you guys are home and actually spending time with it.
We don't see anything around Neverember's.
No. As he mentioned, they kind of stopped watching him for a couple of weeks, the last couple 10-day, as he was more focused on the Stone of Galore. At least that's what you're saying the Dalakar mission was. So, and everyone give me a perception check now that you're spending a little bit of time with Nim.
Okay. I am not good at these. That's not too bad. 14.
8.
14.
13.
Okay, you spot nothing. So
Cool. I still think they're marvelous. They're my friend now. The bouncing really got me.
yeah.
As soon as
I
you're bouncing,
apparently
I'm like,
do too good of a job describing NPC creatures as adorable, so
yeah.
you guys just want to adopt them all.
Yeah.
Yes, we
That
do.
is my own fault as a GM.
I'm going to try and teach Nim how to play poker.
Okay.
Cards. Just going to get out a deck of cards. I think that's what I've got. Yeah.
Give me a charisma, intelligence, or wisdom check, your preference. However, whatever that will decide your method.
That'll be
Okay.
charisma.
So you're teaching him the more sly, sort of
I'm teaching him
underhanded
gamble.
form of you're teaching him like poker faces and like tells and like how to read
Great at
people.
that. But it is an 8.
Ooh.
It's taking a little bit. It is a construct. It's not the greatest at grasping, and it's taking a little bit for it to, the signs are great, but like it's, not really good at table banter and like that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
While this is happening, can I use comprehend languages as a ritual and see if my spell is gonna like give me insight into what this language is? It does say spoken language, but I'm gonna try it
I will
anyways.
say give me an Arcana check to sort of try and pull the spell outside of its normal sort of usage.
Okay.
Pull a card from Mr. Mercer.
I got a big old 6.
You it's something you've kind of still are picking up on the logistics of the regular ritual, and so trying to sort of expand it beyond like written or spoken language, you're sort of just, it's not really working for you. So you just don't seem to be able to. You're still learning the main ritual, so trying to like expand upon it is pretty difficult.
Yep.
So,
All right.
Do we know anybody who flies, or do we know any we know a talking cat? Do we know any talking birds?
Kenku?
Because if you had a flying, if someone could fly, we could fly the detector over the city, and it would only take a few hours. And if we have to walk, it will take a long time.
who's ever trying to recall anything, give me a intelligence check with proficiency. So, or history. Yeah, let's call it a history check with intelligence
I'm good at those things.
and proficiency because I'm going to call it Waterdeepian history.
25.
Okay.
Nice.
So you are familiar with let me see if I can find my right scene on this, but where is that section? My brain is completely lost at the moment. You know that I think it's the Black Hand, or not Black Hand, Blackstaff's people. No, the Grey Hand. That's what it is. The Grey Hand trains griffins.
Ooh.
So, and they're not super into loaning them out, but you might be able to talk your way in because you did a little bit of a job for Blackstaff. So
Yeah.
They don't have like a budget rent a car for griffins. You can just go rent a griffin.
no, you can't rent a griffin.
Well,
Gruber,
Gruber.
Grift.
Yes.
grift. Grift is already a thing that we're very good at.
Yeah,
And while they're flying you around, can you get little bottles of water and things? That'd be great.
there's like a Nimblewright charger.
Perfect. We need one of those.
But yeah, so you guys are sort of planning this together and make a note to head that way in the morning. But as you guys are sort of getting breakfast together, and sort of Nim is actually very interested in the whole cooking process, so is observing everything that's going on there.
Could I bring Nim into the kitchen to help cook?
Yeah, he actually, or they already, because it's a construct, I'm not sure it has gender. They make their way into the kitchen with you, sort of without sort of instruction, and begin just observing and tinkering with the pots and the things, and just observing and inspecting. It holds it and begins, it like sort of like just twist it and pops it apart. It's like a perfect crack. Like, you know, when you're cracking an egg and it's like the perfect, it's just like, just boop. It's like one of those plastic eggs from Easter somehow. And just.
Well, you are going to be great in here today. I'm going to.
Just like, it like turns it and then hands it to you as the yolk is falling out of the egg.
That's okay. That's supposed to go there.
But it like hits the side and then just starts running down the edge of the cabinet. Just
They're doing their best. It's okay.
It picks up another one and does the exact same thing.
Ooh, we want to put this one in the bowl now.
Okay, so you begin teaching it to cook.
Okay.
And as this is all going on, you hear on the door a knock.
Well, the ghost is back.
I'm gonna answer the door.
I like how you guys just immediately go to the ghost. We couldn't have guessed. No, that's not possible. It is a ruggedly handsome, red-haired fellow in fine clothing, Renaer.
Hey, kiddo, come on in.
Morning to you two. Steps in, just sort of waves at his fur awkwardly, and then like sort of gives him more of a hearty wave to Prince in the kitchen. Well, I was able to pull a little bit more information. Seems, and I want to get right to business because I do have other things to do today. Seems the man that your neighbor saw matches the description of one Erstel Floxin. He's a suspected member of the Black Network.
Huh. Okay.
Seems someone else saw him enter a place called Gralhund Villa here in the North Ward shortly after the incident that afternoon, or that evening. Someone reported him to the watch, and then it seems the city watch has already spoken to Gralhund, but he assures them no one has broken in and everything is just fine. And they have no rounds for a search warrant, so they can't do anything. Their hands are tied, as they say.
Ours are not, so that's very useful information.
And with that, I would like some plausible deniability based on that twinkle in your eye, Jor. I'm going to
want some eggs?
For the road?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Sort of just like you guys like hand him like it's like a cloth, like a leather
to do it.
Just like scrambled eggs.
Yeah.
They're like
Nim
precisionally chopped scrambled eggs. They're not really scrambled, they're more like lines of eggs.
Yep.
Don't snort them.
Well, they're like blocks. They're like lines.
Like those Japanese omelets.
Yeah. Just like picks up a little block. And he just sort of like carrying it and walks out the door.
Bye, buddy.
Very confused. Sort of waves to you all.
Nice jacket.
Don't turn left.
As he turns left and trips and slips on some ice. Summer. It's summer. It's a wet patch.
It's summer. Yeah.
He slips. Actually, he slips on ice.
Yeah.
So why not?
Oh.
There's a cold spot.
Okay.
Yeah. Which may also be our fault.
How is that ice? What? This place is weird. And he just is like eating and running off.
Squint over to the spot and be like, Ghosty, back inside.
One of the window like rattles as he goes inside. starts putting chairs back in place and like wiping down the counter.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, when our friend mentioned that there was no search warrant, I had a bit of an idea.
I'm sure you did.
What if we told the City Watch that we found this necklace and it was connected to Erstal?
We could plant the necklace on him.
Yes, we could do that. I mean, assuming this person is like actually someone who's guilty and we're not just harassing an innocent.
Of course.
We could be harassing an innocent, but
yeah, I mean, we'd never do that.
No. We charm.
Do we know where this place is? Can we go over there and
just check it out and see if it sets off our ding-a-ling?
So as you guys are making your way towards Gralhund Villa, Gralhund Villa, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. So, so everyone, thank you for hanging out so far, and please join us in 5. We're just going to get some refreshments, bathroom break, that sort of thing. But yeah, so join us in a little bit as we find out what is going on in Gralhund Villa. Thanks for sticking with us as we took a quick break to refill our cups and empty our bladders. So they are our adventures. I just lost my video again. Fun.
That's okay. We can still hear you.
You can still hear me. So while I fix that technical difficulty, yeah, our adventures are heading towards Gralhund Villa. On basis of information from Renner Neverember, a now trusted friend that they sort of helped previously in our adventure. So we'll pick up there. So you guys obviously activating your Nimblewright detector as you guys are walking over there. It is early morning, just to clarify. It's about 10:30 a.m. So
yep.
Traffic is hustling and bustling. It is summertime in Waterdeep, and so everyone is having a blast.
Did we get any traveling eggs?
You guys have all acquired a pouch of traveling eggs.
Yay!
Perfectly cubed scrambled eggs.
Fantastic.
A Trollskull Manor special. Somehow you have convinced a Nimblewright and a ghost to team up and cook you breakfast. So,
yay.
A construct and a spirit. Anyway, that's got to be some sort of punchline for a joke, or at least a setup. But yeah, so Hisver is, waving his Nimblewright detector back and forth and up and down and poking people with it, and at any sort of clank or clitter on it, he is getting excited and sort of following the lead. As you guys are approaching Gralhund, which isn't too far from actually your establishment, if you guys notice on the map, we've got it's maybe a couple of blocks. It begins to whirl and whiz and clink and speed up, and the umbrella begins to spin faster and faster and faster as you guys sort of make your way.
Hisver, it's doing something. Hisver. It's doing something.
It's detecting a Nimblewright. It's what it does.
Well, we don't know it's a Nimblewright, and that's what it does. But yes, I agree.
He said it's a detector for like him. He was going to use it to find the other one.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's. If we
follow it.
Spin, can we follow it? Is what? Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you guys are sort of following this, whirring and clicking, and it's getting faster and faster, and then you guys sort of literally hit a wall as you guys are following it. You guys find yourselves on the outside of this villa that seems to be well encompassed and warded off. So
he was prepared for us.
It's just a wall, Prince.
Well, we've got 2 options: front door or any other door.
I could levitate you again, and you could go in. And
Ooh.
Mm. Mm.
Do
We
we want
could
to break and enter?
we could
Well, that's
follow
just
the
it.
wall and
Yeah.
and see if there's a door.
Door. I think we're going to have similar problems with the door that we do with the wall, to be honest. I don't think they're just
Excuse
going to
me.
let us in.
Uh,
I mean, what are we really here to do? Like, we find the Nimblewright. I mean,
we could offer to sell them some sorcery, the collecting cards.
yeah,
Maybe
Yeah?
they would,
that's a good ruse. Yeah, we could pretend to be salespeople. That's
I wonder. Okay, salespeople. I can get behind this. I can get behind salespeople.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. Okay, let's just go through the front door. There's no way that can go wrong.
I like it. To the front
Stream on
door.
Howard Voice. There are many ways it could go wrong. But yeah, so you guys are heading to the front
Yep.
gate.
Yep.
It is locked.
Yep.
What are you guys gonna do?
Is there like a
Alright, your
guard
first
outside?
impasse.
Or is there
Mm-mm.
Oh.
how far is the front door from the gate?
You guys would notice that there's some like an outdoor cropping. There's like a yard and garden and stuff out front, and there's a couple of. Let me make sure I've got this right. But there's a couple of buildings on the grounds of the villa. Good. I just accidentally clicked a different tab. That was fun. Thanks, internet. Thank you.
While we're doing this, I'm going to pitch another idea. I just realized that if we're after that stone, I do have a way that could tell us if it's nearby.
Oh, yeah. Right.
I just realized this. Do we want to try that out really quick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we
Um,
try that out. Because I think that's our new goal is we want this stone.
Yep. I'm going to use locate object and use it on the stone.
Okay, so link me locate object
I
first.
can, yeah, I can do that.
You can just
Did I put it in
do that
roll
real for me.
20?
Did you?
Probably.
I might have put just the name.
I'll just look it up real fast. Locate object, D&D 5e compendium on roll 20.
Oh yeah, I did not put the full one in there. I do have it on D&D Beyond though.
Okay, I'm
and
looking at it now anyway. Describe or name an object that is familiar to you. I'm going to say that doesn't really classify as you know its name, but you're not really able to.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not something that was in your possession,
Okay.
or something you've made contact with.
yeah.
Can I use? Okay. There's also like, do we know what this object is? Like, is it actually just a stone, or is it?
We don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys just know of it as the Stone of Galore, which is GOLOO or ORR.
Okay. The difficulty. So this guy is meant to be part of the Zentarum? Or was he meant to be Zentarum?
Yeah. It's connected to the Black Network, at least from
Yeah.
what information Renair gave you. So
Okay, and if the construct is here, then that says the construct is likely linked to the Black Network as well. So we don't really know Xanathar's involvement yet. This is all still just all Black Network versus Neverember's little crispy dude.
We could I could ring the bell and we could try and talk
Yeah.
to somebody.
Yeah, I think we start soft.
So does Toll the Dead does it literally make a bell sound?
I'm going to look up Till the Dead.
It does make
find
a
it
bell
in
sound, but
It does, but I think you have to have
Flavor-wise.
some sort of target.
So if there's like a bug,
A
or like
creature
a-
you can see.
are there any squirrels or in the yard?
Roll a perception check.
A bird maybe?
A perception check.
Thank goodness Harmony's not here.
10.
Harmony,
Unfortunately,
kicking your ass for this.
it is very much the hustle and bustle of Waterdeep in the heat of summer. The only targets around for your Toll the Dead are people.
Don't.
I'm gonna look to Hisver and say, "You can do it to me."
No! You're squishy!
I'm tough. Not actually.
You're
All
squishy!
right. All right.
You're so squishy! You were all so bloody squishy!
I could send Wayrune in.
Yeah.
He could go
Yeah!
Well, that's a
look
good
around.
idea.
I don't
Yes.
want to ring Wayrune though, because he won't survive, and it's expensive and long to bring him back.
Oh. Okay. Well, is there like a bell on the gate or...
I mean, you guys could try knocking.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is it just a gate or is it like a way to knock?
It's a metal gate, so you
Yeah.
imagine if you kind of wrapped against it, it would
Yeah.
Oh.
ring out.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a whack.
A thorough wrapping. Okay.
Or a
You make good contact with it. You pound on it for a little bit, and doesn't seem to be much answer or any.
Well.
Really.
Guess we're breaking in.
Okay. How are you attempting to break in? Let's go over that.
That's not really. How are we? The front gate's probably not the best spot for this.
That's fair.
Can we kind
Prince?
of circle the building?
I do want to offer up our spider again.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I
yeah.
could send Wayrune in to look around.
Yeah.
I know you really like him, but I don't think it's going to be that dangerous.
If he dies in an investigation, I can bring him back. I just don't want to use him as a target for a spell.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
of course.
He could go in.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
do
let's
your
send
thing.
Wayrune in.
So I can only communicate with him over 100 feet though.
That's fairly far.
I mean, that is definitely, let me just do a little quick counting, but that should be enough. That's enough to do, you figure most of the estate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Let's do
We'll
it.
send him to skitter in there.
Okay.
I suppose I could have changed him into something a little more useful than a spider, but
No, a spider's really useful because it can go through all the little cracks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not a familiar form for familiars anyway, so it
Yeah.
doesn't get this suspicion as like a cat or a bird or something. Especially from known magic users. So,
Yeah.
Hey, so you guys are doing this at the front gate?
No,
Are you
I think
just
we
like
should move somewhere
pushing-
into like
Okay. I just had to ask. So, are you guys going around? So you guys are kind of at the front, at the north side of this sort of encompassing thing. Are you guys going around to the west or the east?
what if we go to the spot where the construct hunter thing responds the best?
It is pretty much if you guys spend a few minutes and walk around the estate around the walls on the outside,
Yep.
you don't really get a chance give you a good definite inside.
Okay.
Remember he told you kind of had like a within like a certain area.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's
Well,
you
just-
guys can pinpoint it on the estate right now, but
Yeah. Where do we want to do this?
wherever's the least conspicuous spot for us to, because Hisver has to like zone out, so you have to like drag him along or something if you have to
we'll
move.
reiterate. It is 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah, and it's very busy.
There is a lot of traffic. There are people everywhere. Yeah.
What if I pretend to pass out like
Well, no, I
could
think
be
that's-
drinking and you're
Well,
trying to wake
10:30 in the morning. That will bring the watch down on us real hard. I'm gonna go get some pastries from a nearby, if there's a nearby like street food stall.
Okay.
Yep. I'm just gonna get us like some just random street food.
Okay. That yeah.
Yep.
About 10, 15, 20 minutes, you acquire some street
Come
food.
back. I'm gonna bring it back, hand it out, and basically just say we're gonna lean up against this wall and have a snack. And
I like it.
Meanwhile, Wayrun can go for a wander.
Oh, okay, but I have to close my eyes and I have to concentrate.
That's okay. You can be having a nap while we eat.
Okay.
We're just
That's
gonna
right.
sit down near the wall and.
His verse taking a nap is probably very much just like
Yeah.
closing his eyes, just dead.
Yeah. I mean, you
Can
could
be
leave this
small.
tonight.
Okay. I think. I'm wondering if we can just like put him on one of our backs and be like, "Oh, I'm carrying my sleeping child with me." What if we bundle him up?
I
like a
will
baby?
say that most people, because of how common halflings and gnomes are in Faerun, most people know that trick. Like, it's pretty obvious if you look at his ver, even if he's swaddled, and oh, I just lost my camera again. Even if he's swaddled, people know what a gnome looks like. A grown gnome.
We're not gonna let people look at our baby. Okay, we'll come up with a better idea. We can think of something better.
We could come back at night.
Mhm.
They say tearing into like a turkey leg.
We're just having
come
an
back at
actual
night.
picnic now.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I'm large. I need a lot of food.
What if we have our picnic here, we have a day out, and we just spend some time around this area until nighttime?
Yeah. I mean, we can just case the place.
What if I cast the floating disc and I pretend like I'm doing a magic trick and I'm doing a show and you two pretend to take money while I'm doing this amazing I'm just floating in the middle of the street and people would.
I don't think people would pay to see that. I think that's fairly common magic.
But it's cool to me.
It's cool to us too, but this is a very magical city. I mean, we could just hang around and case the joint. We could go now, or we could go somewhere else until nightfall. Have we seen anyone enter or leave the manor?
Not from where you guys are, because you guys are sort of against the east wall at this moment. So,
are there any empty barrels? Like, could we empty a rain barrel and you could just stick me in there?
I like that idea too.
So convoluted.
I like all of these ideas.
There is an empty rain barrel nearby. If you would like to be witnessed by people abusing a gnome and stuffing him into a barrel by the folk, probably reported the city watch.
No, we play a game.
Hide and seek.
We'll play hide and seek, and I will. You'll close your eyes, and I will hide, and you can't find me, but I'll be in the barrel.
I like it. And I'll be really dumb and not find you for like 10 minutes.
All right.
Not a bad idea, and I can hide up on a rooftop nearby and keep watch.
So I would like everyone to give me performance checks.
I would like to pump my friends up before and be like, all right, ready, set, break, and I'm going to inspire them.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're using one inspiration per person?
Yep.
So, okay.
Just
Just make sure you
Maybe
put both off.
Yeah.
D6. Okay. Performance check. I'm not good at these.
This isn't going
That's not too bad.
Oh, there we go.
I'll keep that. 17.
I got a 20.
I got 12.
Collectively, Hisver is obviously your weakest point in this act. But I'll say you guys are able to sell it enough that people just think you're weird adults playing a kid's game and not more nefarious antics. So, yeah. So you guys have successfully played hide and seek.
Cool. Hezra, it's up to you.
All right. And then suddenly a spider comes crawling out of the barrel.
Alrighty then.
And now if a damn bird shows up
Uh-oh.
and eats...
Don't make me forget to roll that percentile die. Oh, 69%.
Nice.
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 Thank you. Thank you. Anyway. So yeah, so the spider is now crawling over the wall and into the compound. Is the spider being stealthy?
Sure.
Okay, give me a stealth check for your spider.
23.
Alrighty then. Yeah.
Stealthy spiders are my least favorite kind.
Spider is freaking Mission Impossible-ing this shit. Just crawling over the place, not getting spotted at all. So it's able to make it into the grounds area. Currently, you're just kind of in the main sort of open area of the villa. You spot a couple of what seem to be guard dogs. Seem to be just sort of relaxing, and you spot a what seems to be just sort of a stable boy sort of mucking around, kind of picking things up and cleaning things and that sort of stuff.
So I'd want to try and get to the building and start looking in windows.
Okay. There are two buildings. There's a smaller one that seems to be some sort of stable-like, and then there's the actual like compound 2-story building that's like the main house.
Did we think that was closer to where the detector was?
I'll say you guys weren't really able to tell for sure where either one was, so.
Well, I think we'll start with because the spider would be most likely to be found outside anyway, so we'll start with the stable, because maybe they'd be like, you're a robot, you stay out there.
How far can you see in Hisver's eyes? Or not Hisver, you are Hisver. Your spider's eyes.
Wayroon.
Wayroon. It's 100 feet, you said? Or is
I have
that
100
just
foot
communication?
range. Yeah, telepathic, 100 feet.
But I think you can see up to like 500 or something.
Sure where to find that. Is there a stat for what the animal's vision is?
No, yeah, it should be within Find Familiar, because I know you can't like see things late, but you could definitely, or like communicate very far, but you can see things further.
Yeah. You can see things further than you can actually talk to them. You can give them a command that says, "Go forth and explore this
Sweep,
entire thing."
basically. Yeah.
You can
And
see
even
through
if you
familiar's
don't know
eyes and
that-
hear what it hears until starting your next turn, getting the benefits of any special.
It's
sense.
100 feet.
Yeah, I can only find the 100.
You can only see through 100?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Say that's got a little. I'll just say you can only communicate it for 100, but I'm going to say you can see for 200. So, like, as you start getting to the range, you sort of mentally, it's about to the point where it's getting to the building. So, are you just going to tell it to sweep, and then you can view through it?
Sure.
It's the glitchy cat from earlier.
Yes, she was screaming, so I have to hold her.
Oh. But yeah, so that's a thing. So Wayroon begins sort of sweeping the building and wanders into the first floor and steps into a room. Start noticing pools of blood sort of in different spots and things, and as you work your way further, there's body here, there's body there.
I'm just outside pretending to try and find people this whole time.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start chasing you.
It seems like, based on what you're seeing right now, there's a conflict. And as Wayroon is stepping into the next room, I need another stealth check.
Not so great. 13 that time.
Okay. There's a couple of guards in this room this time, and hey, it's a pretty big ass spider, ain't it?
So the spider tries to have Wayrun be, spider-like and retreat to a dark corner or something.
Oh, I was freaky, right, Kev? Yeah, it was freaky. I mean, we've seen a lot of shit lately, but I'm guessing you can still hear this through Wayrun. So we've seen a lot of shit lately, but that was something else. Oh yeah, and they kind of like check it out, and they start walking towards where Wayrun came from. So,
is there like another way back? Like you could try and go around, flank through like.
There is a hallway. You could try and make it. Need another stealth check to see if you can hide as it steps out of view.
19.
Okay. Yeah, they can. Wait. Way to go. I'm kind of like looking out the hallway, and it's like I'm guessing everyone's just like right above them, just like hidden. They're just like not looking up. The fatal mistake of any NPC ever. Just it was weird. We need a nap. Something. And they kind of go back to their guard post. So
I'll avoid that room and continue around.
Okay. Seems to be there's a couple of rooms that are connecting. You can slide under doors. They are there's a small hallway that leads to stairs that go up to the second floor, and there's a few rooms, and then there seems to be more building behind where the guards were, sort of a common area. So you can either go up in the other rooms or try and sneak past the guards again.
Let's go up because they're like on alert now. Maybe if I come back later, they'll be like less on edge.
Okay, you go up. You can turn left or right, or left or go straight.
I always go left first.
Okay, there's a door on your left and a door on your right.
Left first.
Okay, you find your way into a storage closet.
Yay!
Nice.
Any Nimblewright stored in there?
No, not at the moment.
Okay, so go back across to the other room.
Okay. There are a shitload of people in here.
Whoa.
There seems to be some sort of scuffle going on at the moment. You can't really make out anybody.
So people are like fighting?
Yeah.
Shoving, pushing, or like swords and
like swords, clangs, and hooves and all sorts
screams.
Of. Is anybody holding a box or like a stone or?
No, not that you can make out.
No Nimblewrights involved in
No Nimblewrights right now.
Okay. So yeah, back out of there, go back down and go the straight hallway.
Okay. Yeah. Comes into another room. It seems that this is sort of a storage area-ish. Not really the main establishment of the upper stairs. That's about all you can get to at this point. So
I'll go back down and try to get past the guards because maybe they're guarding something in that other final room before I go out of there.
And as this is going on, Jor, give me a perception check.
It's a natural 18, so that'll be 18.
Okay. So as
20,
you are
20.
Okay. So as you are watching all of this, sort of trying to keep an eye on Hisver and his barrel and Prince playing the hide and seek. Yeah, hapless hide and seeker. Just sort of bumbling over the barrel that Hisver is in. You see a sort of glint coming through that second story window.
Yeah.
And then you hear as a body comes flying through.
A person body or a construct body?
A person body.
Okay.
Like tossed body, not like jumping body.
Okay. other people would other people have seen that? Did anybody else react to that? Or was it
You
just
notice
us?
some people are hearing that, but you're one of the few people because you're up on a roof right now.
Yeah.
You're one of the only few people who actually saw it. Everything else is kind of hidden by this wall. People are kind of like listening and they're hearing the glass break, but they're sort of just
Oh well. Someone dropped
confused
a
than
glass.
anything.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm
Like,
gonna
whatever
scramble up
or
the
something.
roof. I'm gonna scramble up the roof and grab Prince and tell him, "Hey, somebody just got thrown out a window in there. I think so. I think there's some shit going down, like right now.
Do we go in?
I
we
don't
go
know.
in.
I mean, I think we go in. The city watch will get here soon enough, and
we just wanted to help.
we just wanted to help. We saw it happen. I was checking the roof. Yeah, wait, let's yep.
All right, let's do it.
Hisva,
Let's go
what are
get
we gonna do
Hisver.
about Hisva? Yeah.
I'll grab him,
Okay.
and I'm gonna head towards Hisver.
Okay, you're still in spider form or spider sight, and you can't really feel or see anything or hear anything. In your normal body. So
Pick him up. Ooh, no, I will not do that.
are you kidnapping a gnome out of a barrel? That'll go well.
Okay, well, let's just hope he finishes really soon.
I'm gonna cast Long Strider on him so he can catch up quicker, and
Okay. All right.
there we go.
We're going.
Yep.
So where are you guys
How
going
are we
to
gonna-
then? You guys did notice that there was let me make a note of something real fast. G3.
Missing 2 people. Let's split the party.
Of course. You guys did notice outside of the gate, the only other way in looked to be sliding wooden doors with a padlock on them that led into what seemed to be a stable. So.
Okay. But I really think we should be waiting for Hisva.
All right.
And remember, it is now probably 11 o'clock in the
It's
morning.
real busy here.
Maybe we should tell
Do
someone.
you know what? No. I've got a better idea. Let's just hang out by the front gate. Or I'll hang out by the front gate. And then if anybody else is trying to come in or out,
Ooh.
if we just guard these 2 doors, if anybody tries to go in or out, then we'll know a bit more then. But if nobody comes in or out, we wait for Hisva, then we go in.
Okay. Should I wait by this other door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll go around to the front. I'll go around to the front gates.
Okay. I'll hang
Okay.
out.
So you guys are
And we're
keeping
just
watch.
waiting for Hisva to wake up. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys give me perception checks. For what are you doing right now with Rune?
So Arun would go to try and ask the guards to check out that last room because his whole thing is still like, people fighting, there's blood, whatever. I'm looking for a Nimblewright.
Yeah, the last room is just more storage. It doesn't seem to be a Nimblewright or anything. To go forward, you'd have to go down to find more space to check out. So
17.
So
okay,
The-
so
the
17 and
8.
Brent's 8. Okay. Matt, what were you saying?
So the room that the guards behind was still storage. The guards were near.
No, so that upstairs was the last bit that
Okay.
you guys hadn't. That was, you have covered that bit of area of upstairs that you could have gotten to. So now you need to go down and either through some rooms or back into the room where the guards were.
Well, let's cover the rooms where the guards weren't, and then
Okay.
whatever I have to do to get past the guards if I still need to go in there.
You make your way into the kitchen. There's a large fireplace. Fire seems to be sort of like slowly dwindling out. And then you make your way into the pantry, which is next to that. So there are 2 servant corpses in this room. In the pantry, there is a older male and a younger male halfling. Their bodies are sort of just discarded on the floor.
Ooh.
Mm.
Okay. Is all that's left is the one the guards were by?
That you haven't been in, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's make another go on that. Try go in
Okay.
and kind of go like around on the ceiling. So hopefully.
Okay. Stealth check.
21.
Needs beats.
Nice.
So, Hey, it's a spider again. I rolled a natural 19.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hey, what? And it takes a hand axe and just chucks it.
Oh,
What
no.
is Warehood's AC?
12.
That's a 15 on the die.
Yeah.
Oh,
How many
no.
HP does?
1.
It's a 4 on the dice. So the spider just dissipates because it's Fey, Fiend. Which is it? What did you choose when you summoned Wayroom?
Oh, Faye.
Fey. Okay.
Yeah.
So it kind of dissipates in like a glitter. What the fuck was that? Did you, as this axe sort of clangs, he's like grabbing his buddy. You guys obviously don't see this, but this is just for the viewer's pleasure. I gotta go home. They don't know. And he kind of throws up just from the weirdness that's going on, because these are normal guys. They're not used to magic and shit like that. It just made a spider disintegrate into glitter with his axe, so he's not feeling well. But yeah, so that was the thing.
Okay,
So
now she's
his
pretty
where you
startled.
snap back.
He steps out and the barrel falls over and he
Found
kind of
you.
tumbles out of it.
I'm gonna say someone got thrown out of the window.
So someone killed the guards. Killed Wayroon. There's blood and there's bodies in it. There's a fight and there's a lot of death and bad stuff in there. And
Oh, boy.
I didn't see a Nimblewright.
Can I ask how far away the window is that the body got thrown out of?
See, make sure. Just gonna about 70 feet.
Ooh. Okay. Is there any way to get closer? Like if I move around?
You guys are kind of. What's unfortunate about the way this place is built is to get closer. You kind of, because you have to go around the wall that's sort of built. You either are against the solid side of the building and can't see in, or there's the wall that pushes you away from the building. So
Oh.
Hmm.
All right. Jor's
it's sort
waiting
of
for us.
well, it's built for that kind of.
Okay. I'll let Hisver know. I'll say Jor's waiting for us by the front gate in case anyone comes out. And I was waiting here in case anyone came out here. And we don't know what to do about the bodies flying out of the windows.
Maybe if we called the guards and the confusion, we can go in. I'm afraid that we'd be outnumbered if we went in on our own. There were
Yes.
guard dogs, and there was a stable boy, and there were 2 guards, and there were many people fighting and bodies, lots of bodies.
I like it. Let's head back to Jor and do this. And I'll head back towards where Jor is. And I'll say we don't know. We could get the watch. Otherwise, I don't know if there's enough of us to do something about this.
I mean, do we have to do anything about it? Can we just let them duke it out and then go in and examine the aftermath? Like,
Can I try the detector again? Does the detector still detect?
Yeah.
it's in there somewhere.
Seems to be coming in from the compound.
They must have a basement or something that you didn't find.
Well, that's handy to know.
There was a room I couldn't hit. They saw Wayroon and they hit him with an axe, and I couldn't get to the last room.
Well, that's probably in there then.
Do we want to take advantage of the situation and try and get there right now?
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I mean, if they're engaged upstairs in killing each other, then what? There were 2 guards down there? We can take 2.
Yeah.
We can take
I
2.
will note. Okay.
You will note?
I am retracting my I will note. So
No, note away.
Nope.
Note away.
I am not noting because it has not been noted by
Okay.
anyone else.
Okay. It is
So
still
which
like the
which
middle of the
which way are
day.
you going
How-
in?
That's
Are you
what
going
I
in through the gate or are you going in through the stables?
I didn't check the stables, and that's another possibility. And I don't know if there's anybody there.
Well, there's a door that
so
leads directly into the stables. I reckon we go that way. That looks like,
Okay.
Okay.
that might be better.
yeah.
So as you guys go back towards the stables,
Yep.
the door's unlocked.
Oh, good.
Someone has come out this way since you guys were over here
Oh,
last.
dang it. I knew it was a good idea to stand at the doors.
And yet, Prince walked away.
And yet.
But
Just
now
gonna
the door
roll
is
my eyes.
open. The door is open.
Do we see anybody bloodied walking away?
Give me a perception check at disadvantage due to the large amount of people in the crowd.
I would like to inspire and say, take a really good look around. We don't want to miss anyone.
Well, at disadvantage, that is a 17.
Okay.
And I do have my inspiration dice, which I am going to add to that.
Yep.
This sounds important. That's a 4. So it's 21.
Whew.
Okay. I'll say you don't notice anyone limping away or anything like that, but you also don't notice anything suspicious about the way the person came out, so they must have been able to just leave. So there wasn't
Okay.
any kind of struggle to get out.
Okay,
so.
there's no like blood spatter or.
No. So whoever came out was not injured or possibly
Yeah.
human or whatever.
We
So
check the detector again.
it has not going off.
Fucking.
What?
Okay. Okay.
what-
I think we
Is
still
there an
need to go
obvious
in.
direction that from this is there a
Mm-mm.
2-directional street or 3 directions?
It's
What
you
if-
guys are just in a neighborhood right now.
What if they died?
I don't think they died. I think they left.
Okay.
I think they left, but I think we still need to check out what's going on in here.
But if we go in and the guard comes and we get caught in these situations
Yeah.
a lot. And
That's true. Probably not good to go for a second. Oh dear. But there might be some information here about what's going on. Like the construct is what is just one part of this. Like
That's
who's
true.
the other party in there and who are they fighting? And what if it's Never Ember's group? What if it's the Xanathars
they
who we
killed
don't know
innocent-
anything about?
They killed innocent people. It's somebody bad. There's killed they were
Yeah.
dead servants and it's
Mhm.
I don't know.
Do we try and find this construct? We've got no idea where it's gone, or do we go in? Because
I say into where we know where people are.
yep,
Okay.
let's do it.
So you guys are just walking into the
Go into the stable, close the door behind us.
Okay.
There are dogs. There are dogs.
That's okay. That's okay.
We can adopt them.
We can adopt them. Damn, where's Harmony when you need her?
Maybe they talk.
Okay,
So
we're
you
in
guys
the
are going
stable.
into the stable, right?
Mhm.
So, because you guys just sort of walked in, I'm gonna assume, you guys in the heat of the moment weren't really being super stealthy.
Well, we're not being
Okay.
like, let's go in. It's like we're just gonna.
Yeah.
We don't want people. We're mostly. I think I would be mostly worried about people on the street not seeing us go in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and give me a stealth check then, if that's something you're trying to do retroactively, because I'm benevolent.
16.
Okay.
20 total.
No, wait, 19.
19.
Nine.
Matt. Okay. So you guys believe you are hidden as you make your way in. You guys kind of check around for a second and sort of slide in. You guys kind of look for a second as you get in, and then look down, look back up, look around, and then Hisver is right next to you a moment later. So, okay.
Cool.
So
Slide the
yeah.
door.
Okay. So as you guys make your way in, you guys are sort of in the. I mean, you're in the stables, or the coach house. There are horses in here. There is a jet black riding horse, which looks majestic. And then there is a small little sleeping area with somebody sleeping on it. And as Hisver is making his way in, he is going to catch his foot on the door and stumble and make a clanking sound. And I'm going to have you guys roll initiative.
Okay.
It's the horses coming after us, isn't it?
Yes, you have startled the horses and you have caused a stampede.
Of course.
17.
Sorry, give me 1 second.
I used up all my inspiration.
And Hisver.
19.
Okay.
Oh.
Sorry, Hisver was 19.
Yep.
Prince
6.
6. Jor was
16 on the dice, 19.
19. Okay. Hisver and Jor, what are your guys' dexterity mods?
Mine is +1.
Okay.
+2.
Okay, so Hisver will go first. You guys have woken up this man. He's sort of, and then kind of bolts up. Seems he's somewhat on guard duty. Him initiative. Say 12. And let me check something. Make sure I'm not totally screwing this up, because that would be bad. Okay. What are you doing here? And Hisver, you're up.
So kind of startled, he activates mage armor,
Okay.
but then he says, "We heard somebody fall out of a window, and we couldn't find it. We found the door open, and we thought we could go help."
Okay. Are you trying to do anything with that, or just tell him?
Trying to persuade him to let us in, I guess.
Okay.
We're not here to hurt him or attack or stealing stuff.
Give a persuasion check.
Because I'm so great at that. It turns out I am great at that. 19.
Okay. Let me check something. Da-da-da. Kind of lowers his weapon for a second. You've got his attention. He's still definitely at the ready. But he seems to lower his guard for a second. Jor, you're up.
I'm gonna look at Hisver and look back at this guy and be like, and I'm not gonna have my weapon out. I'm just gonna put my hands up. I'm just be like, yeah, I saw somebody fall out of a window here. We just want to make sure if everyone's okay. And the door was open. We're just checking to see if you guys are okay and if we can help. Like, somebody just fell out of a window. Same thing. I'm just gonna try and like get him off guard. Like back,
Okay.
Get his guard down.
Give me another persuasion check with advantage based on the state that Hisver got him into somehow.
Somehow.
Yeah.
15.
15. He seems to lower his guard a little bit more, and he's just like, it's now his turn. He kind of looks at you and is like, "Whoa, what's going on? Are you those Saint bastards?"
No. Forearms up. No markings. No markings.
That's nothing up my sleeves.
So Ghoulhounds must have sent you for you. Okay.
Nobody. Yes.
Oh, no. Oh,
Like,
okay.
Ghoulhounds.
I'm gonna have to ask.
Who are Ghoulhounds?
And he whispers, and the dogs come in, and you're back to attack.
What are the Ghoulhounds?
Gruul.
Grillhounds. Grillhunt.
Yeah, you're back in initiative order.
That's not how we say it. We say it as Grillhunt.
Unfortunately,
I thought you
it's
said
my turn.
Gruelhounds. No, I did actually mishear you.
Okay. Well, I meant Grulhund, so.
Okay. If it was the name of the gnome we were looking for, I wouldn't say no.
It's not the name of the looking for. It's the name of the
Grulhund,
villa.
Yeah. Like it's the name
Just
of the place
not-
we're at.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because I did actually mishear you.
Okay.
Because every other time
Okay.
you said it sounding like it's Swedish.
Grulhund.
Grulhund.
But I was saying it in a different accent. Anyway, I'll let that pass for now.
Yeah.
We're a little over time anyway, but if the Grauhund sent you, head on in. I need some backup. They've got some set leftovers. So
Oh,
he just kind of like goes back to sleep.
you're not gonna. Okay.
If you excuse me, I work nights, and he just goes back to sleep.
He's so helpful.
He just, hey guys, had some good persuasion rolls. He's tired. He doesn't really care that much right now.
But can we ask
Middle
him
of the
who came
day.
out
It's
before
like
he goes to
it's like
sleep?
midnight for him. It's like you just woke up somebody in the middle of their house at midnight, and we're like, "Hey."
Yeah, but before he goes back to sleep, can we ask why is the door open? Did somebody come out?
Oh, didn't hear anything that let me sleep.
Okay.
Your friend stumbled there. That's what woke me up.
Sorry.
It's what I do. It's sorry.
What an excellent guard.
All right, let's keep going.
He's watching for people coming in, not going out.
Fair enough. All right, well, let's get into the house, I guess.
Okay, so you guys make your way into the courtyard.
Yep.
There are two sort of mastiffs that have
Mhm.
perched themselves in the courtyard. You guys doing anything to avoid them, or?
I mean, they have not been sicked on us. I'm not going to walk up to them.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Are you guys stealthing or anything, or are you just walking?
I was gonna suggest running. Like just book it.
What I have found when Wayrun was going around, like an ideal way of like going into the house somewhere.
It's pretty. I mean, there's a couple of doors, but I mean, there's like some trees and stuff. You guys are coming in from the coach house, so you guys are gonna have to go towards the dogs, back into the main courtyard, and in through the front door to get where Wayrun didn't explore.
Okay. And I guess we do that.
Okay, as you guys start making your way towards the dogs, I'm just going to use your same initiative orders. They are going to charge you.
Sure.
They haven't been told not to attack you or anything, so.
God is so useless.
Wow, I just rolled double nat ones on their initiative.
Oh, good.
Double nat ones. Like, I'm not
Hell
even
yeah.
kidding you guys. Okay, so Hisver, you guys are walking to the guards and you hear a "Woo, woo, woo," and they sort of start galloping towards you, but I mean, you're clearly ready for this. What are you doing?
He feels bad because they're just doing their jobs. He's gonna levitate one.
Okay. Do they need to make some sort of saving throw?
DC 14 con save. No, DC, yeah, con save.
That is a 5 on the dice. It fails. The dog is now floating.
So he like
Outside.
spins it to try and get it dizzy. So if he, like,
Put it outside.
Ruh-roh.
I don't want to set it loose on the unsuspecting people in the.
Put it in the stable.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You put it on the roof too. Sure,
Yeah.
you're up.
I'm going to Oh, I also feel bad. I'm going to hope that Hisva can levitate the second one, and I'm just going to ready a grapple.
Okay.
So I'm not going to stab the puppy. I just want to.
Okay, so if one gets near you, you're gonna just.
Yeah, if one gets near any of us or attacks any of us, I'm gonna.
Well, it's got to be within like your range, and you guys are gonna spread out just a little bit. So
yeah,
it's gonna have to be getting near you as opposed to like the group, because that's pretty.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make sure I'm up front. I'm gonna step up front and then ready a grapple.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
And then Prince, you're up because they both have 3s on their initiative.
Fantastic. I'm going to point to the other one that's there, and I'm going to use Tash's hideous laughter and see if I can get it to fall on the ground.
Does that need to be a person, or is it creature?
It says a creature. The thing is, if their intelligence score is 4 or less, then they're not affected.
Yeah, it's a 3, so it doesn't affect it. So that's your turn.
Okay.
I mean, they're literally dogs.
I know, but I thought they would be really smart, like smart dogs. You know, like the ones that do things.
Yeah.
They're working dogs.
Fortunately.
Okay,
your turn.
I'm gonna run behind Jor, who I see is ready to like.
Okay.
Grab onto whatever comes near.
So there's one floating.
Yes.
You really can't do anything. It's just and like spinning. Imagine at this point you sort of just put it on the spin cycle. So. And then there's one that is going to charge at Jor. So.
Yep, I'm ready for him.
So it's going to make an attack before.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean that's 9 to hit. Nope.
No.
Okay. It has to make a athletics check.
Yeah, it's contested.
Or actually, it's going to use acrobatics.
That is and is that plus my strength?
Wow, that's my 3rd nat 1 tonight. Holy! I've not rolled at all. Never mind. You grapple the dog.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm now like holding this dog, like.
Yeah. Hisver, you're up. You've got a dog floating in the air.
I was gonna ask if I could hit one dog with the other dog.
Just put him in the stable.
Put him in the stable. He might just come running back out. I'll put him, like I say, I think I'll put him on the roof.
Okay. You managed to, with the movement of levitate, get him on the roof of the building. And okay, that's your turn.
Stay.
Unless you're moving.
Nope.
Okay. Jor, you're up. You have grappled a dog.
I
love D&D.
I don't want to hurt the dog.
Can we just pick it up and
Can
bring it with us?
Can I try and knock it out? Can I try and like elbow?
Animal handling.
Yeah.
Elbow knock him out?
Yeah, punch it.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, pet it. Make it your friend.
I don't think that's going to work.
Wait for that.
I don't think it's that kind of dog.
Okay, roll the hit.
So that's an 18 on the dice plus my strength, which is 4, so 24.
That hits, and then you do, because you're tavern brawler, it's like 1d4 plus strength.
1d4 plus 4, yes. So that is 6.
Wait, your min is 5? Yeah, you just knocked the dog out.
Yeah. So I'm just like,
you literally had to just do minimum damage and just like collapses in your arms.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him a little smooch and say, "I'm sorry, buddy."
Okay, you have successfully dispatched the dogs.
I would like to leave behind a little bit of my rations for the dog.
Okay.
The one that's knocked out? Okay.
Yeah.
We're so nice.
Punched a dog.
Yeah, I didn't want to, but...
Okay.
Better than 2 levels worth of magic missiles in its face. I mean.
Yeah, exactly.
So as you guys are making your way towards the main door, which is technically, it's not where Wayward entered, so his was sort of pointing you that direction. I guess just going in.
Stealthily?
Okay.
Sure.
Go ahead and give me rolls.
Okay.
Ooh, that's not good.
I'm not tripping
That
this
is a 9.
Okay.
18.
Prince? Okay, his fair.
19.
You guys.
It's me then.
You both manage to sort of creak the door open, and then George just like rips the other like half of the door off its hinges.
Crunch. Oh.
And as you guys open the door, there are the two guards that had killed Wayrun. Oh, hey, what are you doing here?
We heard fighting.
Great hoon.
And we heard you needed some. We heard you needed some help dispatching some leftovers.
The guy in the stable said we could come in.
Oh, so you're with the Growlhounds, right?
Sure are.
And as you're making this comment, you notice they have Zet tattoos on their arm.
Oh.
All right, and they start charging you.
Okay, fuck it. I haven't killed anything today.
Let me just open another link real fast. If you guys want, or you guys can just keep your same initiative.
Can I keep my same initiative?
I'm fine with keeping
It's
initiative.
either okay. If you guys are fine with keeping initiative, we can keep initiative.
Yeah.
I was the lowest, so I'm good with it.
Okay, so that's a 14 and 13. Hey, so you guys are at a doorway. You guys are kind of funneled there. It's about 25 feet across by about 40 foot deep, 50 foot deep. It's sort of a main hall area. Let me describe what you guys are seeing real fast. There are some corpses lying around the room. There are about 8 guard bodies. Two Zents, and 6 of them seem to have the colors of the House of Growlhound on them. And there's a fireplace. There are, we'll get to that after you guys deal with the thugs for the rest of it. Just long haul bodies, furniture tossed around, all that good shit. So see, his fur is up. There is one that's sort of about 20 feet and one about 45 feet that was towards the back that had been retrieving his axe from tossing it at Wayrun.
Okay, well, that one gets the magic missiles in his face.
I kind of figured, so. Okay, roll your damage.
13.
Okay, that is some damage. As you kind of step in and you're just...
Where's my spider?
just... Give in! He's just clutching his face now and screeching in pain. Joy, you're up.
The same one.
He's about 45 feet to the back.
Okay. 45 feet, and is there another one?
He's about 20 feet in
20,
front of you.
great. I'll make 20 feet. I'm just going to stride on up to him, pull out my longsword.
Would you like to rage?
I was going to say, before I attack, I will rage.
Okay.
And when this does happen, now, you guys have seen Jill rage before, but this time it's a little bit different. She... like a kind of grey, thundery aura starts to emanate from her shoulders and her form. So I'm going to go up to him and stick him with my sword.
Okay.
That is a 19 on the dice.
That'll definitely hit. So.
Yay. And I'm using this two-handed. So that'll be my D10. Where are you? Nope, that's a 12. There you are. That is a 2 plus 4. That is a 6.
6 damage?
6 damage, and then, but he also gets damage from my Storm Aura. So that is where is it? Yes, but tell me what the Storm Aura strike is. Sorry, just gotta find it. There it is. Okay, and that's an extra 1d6 damage.
Okay.
Yep. When this effect is activated, I can choose one other creature I can see in my aura, which is within 10 feet. And if I've just stabbed him, he's in 10 feet. Dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a 14. What's your DC?
Dexterity saving throw. That's weird. It doesn't say what the DC.
I think it says on the Storm Aura ability, it's proficiency plus Constitution.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah,
Plus
It was
eight, so.
eight plus your proficiency bonus.
Right.
So 10 plus, what's your con mod?
My con mod is 2.
So he saves. It's 14
Yeah, so he
saves.
saves. Yeah.
Okay.
Or half as much damage on a successful one.
Okay.
So
Oh, good.
he still takes 3 lightning damage.
Ooh.
Oh, dang. Max damage. If
Yes.
he didn't save. So, all right. Now it's the one in the back's turn. He is recovering from the magic missile to face, pulls out his heavy crossbow, loads it up, and just aims it at the guy who just magic missiled his face. That is a 19 to hit
Oh, yeah.
for 8 damage.
Oh.
Because that crossbow bolt sort of just sticks into your side.
Ouch.
Okay, and then the one that George just attacked is going to pull. He's got a mace in his hand, and he's just gonna
Bring it.
swing a couple of times at you. So I'm guessing a 12 doesn't hit you.
Negative.
Okay, and a 7 doesn't hit you either. So he
No.
just sort of swings and misses wildly. You idiot. Prince, you're up.
Okay, I want to run up, so I'm 30 feet away from the crossbow one, and I'm gonna try
No.
my. No,
You're not. You're at the door, which is about 45 feet from the crossbow one. He's the back.
So he
Oh.
wants to
Crossbow
go
one.
15 feet, I think.
Yeah, I want to go 15 feet, so I'm within 30 feet.
Oh, okay. So you're within. I thought you said you want to run 30 feet to him, and I was like, well, you're. But yeah.
Yeah,
no.
within
Yeah.
30 feet.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
And I'm gonna do another hideous laughter. I'm gonna say, those tattoos are ugly, and you should be embarrassed about them.
Ouch.
That's
I'm
more of a
hurt
vicious mockery.
for
but-
him. Yeah, but I mean, he's okay. I don't know how he's gonna laugh at that. But what's the saving throw?
It's a wisdom save versus 13.
It's a 16 on the die, so
Ooh.
succeed.
All right, and I'm gonna back up a little bit.
Okay.
my turn.
Hisver, you're up. You have a crossbow bolt in your shoulder.
Ouch. So he's fairly upset about that. So instead of just firing the magic missiles, which he is still going to do, he is then going to duck her back around outside the door this time.
Okay, so he's firing and then ducking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cover.
6. Only 9 that time.
Okay. Stop it. It hurts. Jory, you're up.
I'm going to stab old mate right in front of me again.
Okay.
That is a 14 on the dice
That
plus
hits.
40. Yeah.
That hits.
Yeah. It's 1d10 plus that is 5 plus 9 damage, 9 slashing damage,
Okay.
and a dex save,
Saving throw.
please.
17 on the die. Save.
But it takes half damage, so 1.
Okay.
1 lightning damage.
It's like that shocking thing you do in your palm.
Yeah.
The little hand trick. Just, eh. It is crossbow guy's turn. Hisver has ducked around the corner, so he sees Prince, who tried to cast some sort of spell at him.
Hello.
That is a natural 20.
Oh. That hits.
So that is 8
Sorry.
plus 5 plus 15 damage.
Okay.
Well, if it's any consolation, it would have put me down.
I'm still up, so yes, that's good. That's a good thing.
And then the one that is attacking Jor is going to make a couple swings or that is engaged in melee with Jor. He hasn't really attacked you yet, so.
No. He's trying.
That is a natural 20 and a for one of his strikes, and the other one is a 16.
Yeah, both of them hit. But I
Okay.
have resistance, so
Yeah,
Revenge
luckily.
for ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know, right? Gotta stick that dice somewhere. Perfect. Let's see. So that is 3 plus 6 and 9, 11 damage on the first swing,
yep.
and 5 damage on the second swing.
So that's
So
19 total. So that'll be, are we rounding up or down?
down
Okay, so that'll be 9.
9 total. So
Yep.
just
Easy.
he's frustrated because he missed last time on both. He just connects pretty strongly with
Yep.
those.
I'm just gonna like nod and smile and be like, yeah, that's how you do it, buddy.
Prince, you're up.
All right.
You
this
now have
time-
taken a hearty crossbow bolt hit to the chest. So
This time I'm like, ooh, that was really not a good feeling, and I'm gonna try using calm emotions this time, and we'll see if we can calm them on both of them, because it's a 20-foot radius. So
and what sort of save is that?
they get advantage because we're fighting, and it's a charisma save.
Okay. That is a 9, so the one on the back fails, but the one on the front succeeds. So crossbow guys. So what does it do?
So I'm gonna choose the effect that they are indifferent to us, and that effect ends when we attack them or harm them, or if they witness any of their friends being harmed.
Okay. Are you gonna
Okay.
tell us that you've done this?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna say I've calmed the back one down. I didn't get both of them, so I don't know how well this is gonna work. And
I'm going to say you're not quite sure whether effect. I knew you can tell. I mean, the back one down is sort of like he's kind of like dropped his crossbow a little bit. And he's confused for a second.
okay.
The one on the front still seems a bit angry, but I mean that's as far as you can tell
Okay.
success wise.
Okay. I'm gonna say I think I may have calmed them down, and I'm gonna run out to the door and take cover.
Okay.
Okay, well, at
Just
least, yeah.
sure. You've abandoned sure.
That's fine.
I was low
I'm the
on
meat
health.
shield.
That's funny. That's your
Fine.
turn. Hisver, you're up. You hear Prince yell, "Hey, call them down," and then he runs away. So
So, what should I do then? I don't. Should I wait?
I didn't think through what would happen if only one of them failed.
So he picks up and he tolls the dead on the one that's fighting Jor.
okay, that's a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, 14.
19 on the die.
Oh.
So it's a success. My dice do not like you guys this evening after all those nat ones. You made me
No.
get.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that your turn, Hisver?
Yeah, and he ducks back around and
Sure, it's your turn.
staring
Okay.
confused at Prince like,
Yeah, I'm gonna keep attacking the guy in front of me because I'm in a rage. I'm not listening to you saying I might have calmed them down. Like that's not gonna penetrate the rage. I think I fixed it. No. So I'm just gonna keep
Okay.
slashing at the guy in front of me. That is a 16.
Hits.
Lovely.
These guys are not well armored.
Good.
They're just street thugs, pretty much.
So that is 10 slashing damage,
Okay.
and I'm gonna zap him with my storm aura again.
Okay. That is a 6.
So that is an extra 3 points of damage.
Okay.
So
Well, your
13
lightning
all up.
damage takes him down. So he just kind of like you hit him, and then like the electrical energy from your sort of rage, which seems just the pure anger, is what's igniting this sort of shock, and it just sort of hits him, and then he just burst, and he just paralyzed and just falls backward.
Ah.
And then the guy in the back.
I'm going to turn around and look at the guy in the back. I'm like,
You killed Kev. And he's going to fire a bolt at you.
there.
That's another natural 20.
Oh,
I am so sorry. That is my
I've still
third
got
one. After 3 nat ones, so.
That's fine. Bludgeoning,
That
piercing,
is-
slashing. Bring it.
16 damage. So.
Oh.
So that's 8.
Okay.
I'm still okay.
He just like plinks you and he's
thank God.
like, he's sure he got you like square in the chest. You don't seem to face.
I know.
Oh.
I locked eye contact. I'm looking at him like.
And he's gonna turn and bolt for the door. Try it, and it is locked. Oh fuck!
I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Exactly. He was certain that was like the best bolt shot. He's on fire with his crossbow, and it's not having any effect on you guys. So yeah, that's his turn. Prince, you're up.
Okay, if I run into the room, am I close enough to get to Jor?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm just gonna run up so I'm by Jor, and then I'm gonna do a vicious mockery to this guy in the back. I'm gonna say, "You keep ignoring my spells, and I really don't like it."
Okay. Is that a charisma saving throw?
Wisdom save versus
Wisdom save.
13.
That's a 6. That's a failure.
So 4 psychic damage, and then disadvantage on their next attack.
So 4 psychic damage, disadvantage. Okay. Hisver, you're up.
All right.
Prince
we
has just
will-
scolded the only guy standing.
He'll step up next to those guys, and we'll try Toll the Dead on him.
Okay. So that's it's a 7 on the dice, so no.
Okay.
11.
He boom,
Necrotic.
and just hits, and he's shaken a bit, and then his head just like sort of slams against the door, and he collapses.
Get for
Cool.
killing innocent spiders.
And about that time, the gates, you hear a boom as the gate on the front just sort of burst open. Hisver, give me a Arcana check.
Is it another necklace
7.
of fireballs?
17.
You recognize that as the knock spell.
Someone opened the gate.
And you hear a huff, 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 as a legion, basically, of City Watch begins huffling into the estate. And that's where we're going to end it for this week.
Ooh.
So,
Oh, there needs to be a back door. We need to get out of here. This is too many crime scenes we've been caught at.
I'd like to point out that we were very nice and we saved the dogs, but then we just killed the 2 humans.
We have a witness
The-
who can help
The guard.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. We
Okay.
weren't let in.
so yeah, thank you guys for that exciting and fun session of tall, small, and purple. So we're just gonna go around, say we are in our favorite moment from tonight's session. Sorry we ran a little late, but just kind of didn't have a good spot to finish before that. So I wanted you guys to actually get into the villa before wrapping things up. So yeah, we'll start with purple this time.
Sweet. My name is Corey Hickson. You can find me on the internet at the same spot, same name rather. My character is Prince. He is a glamorous bard. And my favorite part was when the dogs got to fly into the air and when we got to give them nice treats and treat them nicely, as all dogs should be treated.
Fair enough. Small.
I'm like, you have a different memory of this than me because I'm like, one is puking its guts out on a roof and the other one has a concussion.
Prince says he's everything through lilac colored glasses is what it is.
I am
Sort of
Bella.
rose colored.
I'm Matt, and I was playing Hisver, and let's see. You can find me here on Variant Roles. It's about my only real thing on the internet, and my favorite part was Gnome in a Barrel and pretending to play hide and seek because that is just so us. It's fantastic.
I can't believe you guys rolled so well on those performance checks. I was waiting for you guys to get ridiculed by some passerby. Just like, nope, you sold it. You sold it hard. So tall.
I'm Alex. You can find me on the internet at AlexCatu, and I play Jaw. My favorite moment was adopting the construct and bringing them home without telling anybody else in the team. We just executive decided to adopt a construct who may or may not have built the thing that fireballed outside our house. Like, that's a decision we made, and that now lives with us.
These things happen.
It lives with us.
Literally.
So,
and makes you cubed scrambled eggs. So.
Makes us cubed scrambled eggs.
Yeah. Well, I'm Taryn Winnie, and you can find me on the internet at Tarzan No Z. I just play everybody else, as well as the exasperated and befuddled crowd to the antics of my summer crew. My favorite moment was pretty much all of it. I had a blast tonight, but my favorite moment as the DM was the 3 nat 1s followed by the 3 nat 20s. Just because that a lot of like sway in that movement. But outside of that was you guys adopting the Nimblewright and just being like completely like contrary to however the module expected you guys to go. I'm just sitting here like, oh, what if they try to adopt the Nimblewright? That's something I have to plan for now. So
he's being treated so badly.
Yeah. Why is he locked in the cellar? Oh, you don't tell me. Or the attic. Oh.
It's me.
I guess you can take him. Whatever. So, but yeah, so that was a lot of fun, just rolling with the punches and getting to see you guys' work together, because you guys are just an interesting group of characters that
always.
Yes, always. So, but yeah. So thank you everyone who stuck around and had fun with us this evening. It was a blast. Yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. It's past midnight. Not midnight, 10 o'clock. Wow. Yeah, so we are part of 3 other games of Waterdeep Dragon Heist that happen on this channel right here, Variant Rolls, Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Join DM Corey and the delightful crew that hangs out on Saturdays. They are hilarious and a different kind of dumpster fire. So... but yeah, so check them out. I think it's at like 12:30 in the morning or evening. I don't do time zones. 12:30 in the afternoon Eastern time, 11:30 Central time, or whatever else your time zones deal with. And then check out Eugenio on Mondays. I don't know if we're having Thursday crew next week because of American Thanksgiving, but
I think they're on Wednesday.
Yeah, they're playing Wednesday.
Okay. So check them out on Wednesday as an update because of, holidays and all that jazz. But thank you, and join us next week. Have a good night.
Thanks.